Hi, this is Derek Murphy of Creativity.com, helping you become creatively and financially independent. And right now I'm just answering some common publishing questions that people often email me about. This one will be short. If a publisher asks you to write a chapter, would there be a time limit or would you have free will? That's great. If an agent or a publisher asks you for a sample chapter, that's rare, and it means they're interested. It means your pitch succeeded. So you pitch them an email or your 30-second pitch in an elevator or something, and you got their interest and they want a sample chapter. That's good news. Get it back to them soon or they'll forget about you. So at least within 2 weeks, but ideally before you start pitching your book, you'll already have at least a third of it done. So you should have some chapter samples ready, and they should be really good. What I have seen some people do as a mistake, and I did this, my first novel like 15 years ago, I started pitching people really early, like when I was still in my rough draft phase. So I started sending out pitches, and I got an agent to call me back really excited, interested in my book, but I didn't have anything to show him because ultimately I never was able to turn that rough draft into a finished book. It's a stalled project that I'll probably come back to when I'm 60, but I lost that opportunity because I tried to pitch too early. Make sure you've got some sample chapters, or at least the rough draft. Really, you should have finished your rough draft, you should have finished your second pass, and you should have revised your novel until it's, really good, almost ready to publish, or at least have 2 or 3 very strong sample chapters that you can send. But I think it's a mistake well, for nonfiction, it's a little different, because for nonfiction, you'll sometimes pitch a book project before you've done any writing. For fiction, they're going to want to see your writing, first of all. They're going to want to see your writing before they say anything. For nonfiction, if you have a great topic and you have a good platform, if you are the right expert to talk about this subject and you have a platform behind you and the right credentials, you can send them a pitch for a book that you think would be a good idea, and they'll let you know if they think it's a good idea, and then you can write a sample chapter and take it from there. So for nonfiction, it's actually easier to sometimes pitch books and get advances without writing any of the book, which means you may not have sample chapters finished, but it's still a good idea. If you're thinking about writing a book project, it makes sense for nonfiction to focus on writing books that are going to sell and to try to sell those books before you start your writing. But I mean, that's a business model in itself. So you could do nonfiction that way. You could just pitch a lot of topics, wait till an agent bites, and then write the sample chapters for that agent because they've shown interest. But you got to be really ready to turn those pages around. And I'd say within 2 weeks, you want to show them now that you've got their interest, you want to show them some pages, or else they'll forget about you, or they'll move on, or they'll know that you didn't write anything about it, that you're not really prepared. So if you trying to get an agent or a publisher, it's a good idea to have some of the book written already. Otherwise, really, I would just self-publish. I recommend almost always self-publishing, so you're going to know that if you go through my videos and watch. The difference between self-publishing and going with a traditional publisher or an agent is they'll give you money up front, they'll give you an advance. So that gives you the space to write the book because you have this money, so you don't have to work your day job. It gives you some time to write the book. That's a model. It's more a historical model. It's not so much a common model anymore. It's kind of the 1% of authors probably take that role, and 99% are self-publishing. Self-publishing, you have to finish the work yourself. You have to finish the book to publish it. And that's harder because you're doing that without any money up front. So you need to do it while you're working your desk job. And I think in one of the other videos, I'll talk about how you can get more writing done, how you can find more life balance to finish more writing. This question's kind of done here. There's not much else I can say on it. It really depends on whether you're going self-published or traditional publishing. And I have some other videos about that. So you should probably get the book, which is free, that has answers to all these questions, or just watch some of the other videos for more information if you have questions. Thanks. Bye-bye.